It's 154.
I have something fucking important to discuss. Have you seen what's been happening?
Is it Dick Butkus?
No, it's Devin the selfie slut.
Uh-oh.
So, we talked about this a while back when his account seemed to be transitioning to being like run by somebody, maybe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's when I kind of checked out when he started saying stuff that was out of character and like text posts that didn't sound like him and didn't have any pictures.
And like, obviously, he's still doing his cameos and he's making money off of it. Like, he's posting his new iPads and shit. So I'm glad that he's getting paid. I think that's cool, no matter what.
Yeah, I would take the deal, but I don't want to follow it if it's some random guy pretending to be him.
I still like
funny
I still
anymore.
like the selfies and stuff, like the Devin content. But have you seen the Instagram?
I unfollowed on Instagram because
of
it.
yeah. So, well, one, I just saw now they're up to like 75,000 followers, so that's pretty good.
Not bad.
But the Instagram's rebranded, and so now they're called Foster Home Orgy, and it's like another fat guy. Or I guess it's not really fair to call Devin fat, but like,
he's a bod.
That's pretty fair.
But
stocky.
He says, "Put it in my fat fucking ass."
Yeah. Well,
the self-description.
They call themselves that these days.
There's a fairly fucking heavy set guy, and then there's like an old guy, and they're basically just doing the same bit as Devin, and so he's got like a cabal now, I suppose, and now you can book
I
all
called
three
that from the
of
start
them
because of the guys that were replying. It's the same guys that got the fucking not the same guys, but their same idea was to have like them together, like they did with the long neck kid and the thick neck guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How they had them doing shit together.
Long,
It's like that
long
type
neck,
of shit
long
again.
necks creep me.
That's why right away I was like, this fucking sucks, because Devin's definitely going to end up in one of those hour-long YouTubes about what went wrong with the foster home orgy.
Well, I mean, there's nothing that didn't go wrong in his life. Like, I don't think it's really a decline.
Yeah,
like,
but he was kind of like doing better before they touched him.
The thing is, I don't get mad about people doing that, like trying to monetize these guys and reaching out to them and trying to do stuff with them, because it's its own punishment. Like, like Frank. Like, Frank is in the office screaming all day long, and people have to work right next to him, and he's just screaming and throwing shit. Like, imagine trying to work with Vince or trying to work with Outlaw on something. Like, you just wouldn't be able to do it. You can't have a conversation with them. So if anyone wants to do that, be my guest. It's its own punishment.
It's like it's such a burden. And like a good example of that, it's too long to explain, but because it's a really long ass YouTube documentary about it. But Airsoft Fatty, he had some dude that started following him and became his quote unquote manager, and ended up like really fucking his life up, like forcing him to stream a certain amount of hours and stuff, and like taking 95% of his money, that sort of thing. It was right after his mom died, which obviously was his only like support.
That's not good.
Yeah,
Who is
sucks.
Airsoft Fatty? That sounds familiar.
If you Google him,
you'd recognize him. We've watched him before. Like, I know he's been on Patreon requests and stuff.
Yeah, he's from Kalamazoo.
Is it airsoft or aerosol?
Airsoft.
Oh, I've
You'd
seen this
recognize
guy.
him. Yeah, he's the kid that fucking smokes the bong and starts coughing really like gonna puke and immediately hits it again.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he does really good streams where he'll take song requests and he knows like every song ever and all the lyrics. Like, he doesn't have to look at anything. He just does like a cappella covers of songs. It's really funny. He has like, he's definitely some sort of like on the spectrum, and you can tell he has some sort of like fetal alcohol thing going on. But he's also like got an insane memory. It's really
his lip
crazy.
is a little weird.
Yeah, he's a weird shape. He's a weird shaped boy. He kind of looks like the body made for surviving car crashes.
Yeah, I feel bad for guys like that, because you know that they were like the weird looking kid, the fat kid, and their way to not get bullied was to do weird stuff and like slap their belly and eat a bunch of nasty crap, and it's like you can see that there's pain behind it, and it's a little more sinister than like a guy like Vince or somebody like that who was like normal until he was like 25 and then just decided to fuck his life up.
Yeah, it's when kids started Chris Farleying.
I wouldn't say
that
Vince
kid
was
had never
normal.
had a chance.
Airsoft
he was
Fatty's
like
doing better now, though. Now that he got rid of that guy, like legally, like got a restraining order against him, and has good people directing him. And then I think Idubbbz had him sing at his boxing thing. He'd sing the national anthem.
That rocks.
It was great. He had like an entourage bring him out. He's wearing like a suit.
I probably wouldn't have done the boxing thing if I was Idubbbz.
Why?
Because he's a very thin man. He's a very slight guy, and I don't think
good. He did pretty well.
Like, yeah, he did good, but it seemed like at the end it was not pleasant for him.
No, I mean,
it seemed like it kind of destroyed his life.
He's talked about that a lot. How it destroyed his. Yeah, but
that guy's a string bean. Like,
to his credit, though, to earn his money back for the money he lost on that last event, he's been streaming GeoGuessr on Twitch, and his chat loves it.
He's
fucking getting good at GeoGuessr too.
Yeah, I wish him the best. He does follow me, that's why.
Like I've always said, I don't have too much of an opinion on him, but I do think it's always admirable for a guy that had that type of audience come out and publicly say, I used to be a piece of shit, and these are the things I said were wrong, even though nobody really expected him to at this point, because it's such 2012 stuff, 2015, whatever. But to come out and say that just to push those fans away is like pretty big. Because for being such a huge YouTube guy, he doesn't really pull that many viewers either, like on other stuff, because a lot of people have such a, and by a lot of people I mean like the incel, for I want it to be 2015 forever gamer types, hate him now, and they love to fucking send him and his wife death threats and shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Nasty.
He's in a shitty position.
I mean,
like,
he's got all the guys that
I'm
love
not watching
Sam Hyde
his new
hating him
content
too on top of that, because he didn't let him box. He made
I
an enemy
feel
out of it.
Well, he tried to reach out to Sam Hyde and do stuff.
Oh yeah, he made the.
So I don't feel that bad
about
for
him.
him. Like, that's why I don't reach out to Sam Hyde and do stuff.
I think it's
because
sort
he's a
of
wacky
like,
guy.
I think it's, but Idubbbz I think talked about that too. How he really realized how fucking not trolling Sam Hyde was when he was doing that documentary on him, and I think that's when it soured his whole opinion. Because that Sam Hyde was already boxing and shit, and expecting to box because they did that documentary together, and I really think he immediately regretted that because of the fans because Idubbbz fans were like, yeah, Sam Hyde fans were like, oh, Idubbbz is based again, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait a second, no, I don't want these guys liking me still. And that's when he flipped and he started talking more publicly about how he doesn't like that shit and doesn't think it's cool to be that way, blah, 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 and why it's harmful. And of course, that's when a lot of those people started hating him.
Yeah, guys like that, it's one thing to find them funny at a distance, but they won't be your friend.
Yeah, and you gotta outgrow it too if they do, like, or you should anyway. Damn.
I don't know. I think I'm just set in my ways.
We got some breaking news.
Racist.
4 minutes ago, Vince on Instagram, he posted a picture of his ex-wife, and she's holding up a Jeff Dunham t-shirt, and it says, my hashtag first time seeing Jeff Dunham, tags him, hashtag live at the Nutter Center on December 9th, 2015 with my ex-wife. Jeff is making his return to the Nutter Center, and I'm going there to hashtag celebrate my 36th hashtag birthday there. I messaged Jeff
Fleming's place.
A Nutter Center. A Nutter Center. The Mets moved to a Nutter Center.
I messaged Jeff for a birthday hashtag request. I'm hoping and praying for his hashtag acceptance. Being a hashtag fan of his work since he hashtag debut his Arguing with Myself DVD. My top 4 are hashtag Peanut, hashtag Ahmed, hashtag Walter, and hashtag Bubba J. Whoop whoop in air quotes. This would be a birthday I won't ever forget if it gets accepted.
I don't like that because those are puppets and they do have a hole in the bottom.
That's what I was about to say. You have to put your hand in those things.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that. His favorite comedian is the one who has the dolls and the puppets with the hole in them.
I know Ahmed and Walter are both grown. I don't know who Peanut and Bubba J are, but I assume they're of like legal consenting age.
He probably just talks about like shawarma and stuff, right? And like how funny, like how strict Mina parents are and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That would be so good, like after 2020, making it an authentic Indian guy or like an authentic Pakistani guy where he's like doing like Aziz Ansari bits about immigrant parents. Like, my parents want me to be a doctor. I want to be a comedian.
Do you know, it'd be an actual funny bit for those guys to like, I don't know, they'd have to pull it on like a show, like an evening show, because it'd have to be like a wider audience and not just people seeing them in person, because people seeing them in person would hate it. But you're about to do like the racist bit with the black doll. And you do like a costume change, but it's just a black guy that comes out and does the act. Then he goes back and you come back out and you get the white guy again, like the grandpa.
Oh my god. Tickets.
Jeff Dunham should just pay people of color to say that shit for him.
Tickets
to Jeff Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Yeah,
it's like hilarious. It's just an actual Muslim guy who comes out wearing like the Phoebe Bridgers skeleton suit. and just says all the same shit, and Jeff Dunham comes
No,
back.
he's not actually doing ventriloquism. He just has a guy off stage with a mic who's like, whatever race the puppet is, and they can walk out and wave afterwards. It's easier for everybody.
It's kind of what they did with like the Cleveland show and all that stuff in Apu.
Yeah.
Like for so long, it would be a white guy doing the most offensive black voice, and then suddenly they would switch it to a black guy. Like they would just find some random black guy off YouTube. Said, it's him now. It's him now. Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Did they switch Apu or
Tom,
did they just kill him off?
Tom was gonna say something. I think regarding Vince still.
Yeah, I think they switched Apu.
Tickets to Jeff Dunham. Yeah, they switched Apu because it was what was that? Hank Azaria, wasn't? And then now it's not.
I thought they were just
So of
going to
course they
retire
did.
the character. Apu new
Like
voice.
I think Apu's great. I think the old episodes are still classic. I don't think it's that offensive, but also you can't still be doing that.
Yeah.
You can't still have a white guy doing that voice.
Jeff Dunham at the Nutter Center start at $97.
God damn.
Why is he buying? Oh my god, man! Where does he get this money?
Because he has a full-time job. He
Because he doesn't
income.
have any savings. Because he
just spends it all.
He gets like
So
$3,000 in like a month, and it's like I gotta spend $3,000.
He might be a credit card guy now.
But it is good that he's getting out of the house, I guess. It is something other than a football game.
Oh, cool. I've been accepted to get a credit card with this company. I'll fill this out right now.
Oh, yeah, he's the ideal mark for that kind of stuff.
I think that's why he
God.
was looking to get a sex doll because he
Aw.
finally signed up for a credit card. Because like he just got
Has my name on it.
somehow his credit score like went up because he either started paying school or something happened, and like he's just like, yeah, I can now. I have this $900 limit. I can get an even better sex doll. I can get a $900 sex doll, not a $600.
Klarna or Afterpay or something.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe he just got a car loan last time or something, but his credit's good enough. But yeah, that's a.
I mean,
that's
if
a
you
bad
can do
road to go down.
Klarna, I'm pretty sure there's no interest so long as you pay everything on time.
Yeah, I don't think you can do Klarna for that sex doll. It would be funny, but I didn't see it on that website.
I don't think like they have Klarna on like the sex doll website.
I also don't think that he could deal with all the little modular pieces to the sex doll with one of the $3,000 ones.
Do they
Like
have
that guy
pieces?
Hefna? Well, don't they have?
Not
I'm
all
not
of them.
sure. I thought there was
No,
like a
no.
skeleton and you can like put the arms on and off.
No,
The
not-
real
well,
high end ones.
The real
Like, you
high
can
end
put
ones are
new
like
heads on it.
the Iron Tech. No, you get dolls for the most part because that's why Anastasia and her Angels, the Twitter account, like he has like 17 or 18 dolls now because the Iron Techs are the high quality shit. That's the real shit. That's the baller doll.
Vince couldn't even show up to an Iron Tech con. Like,
If Vince saw an Iron Tech doll, he would actually think it's a real woman.
Yeah, he would start talking to it.
is this your first time here?
But like, I think they still all just come in one piece because I think a lot of these guys, from judging from just observing them like I'm at a zoo on Instagram.
God, Tom and I have watched Anastasia's Angel, or we followed him since like 2015
Oh,
now.
for a long time.
Do you follow Carolina Kaha?
There's a great
Yeah.
chance that Anastasia and his Angels, that guy has been propping up one of his $15,000 sex dolls to take a picture of her in front of the Golden Gate Bridge while someone's committing suicide. He's there so often.
Yeah, he was actually doing it when they filmed the Full House intro.
I
You
can't
can see
follow
it.
anybody on Instagram other than like Amber's account because if you do, Instagram just pollutes your like search feed. And then like it'll just
makes
pollute
sense,
it
yeah.
with all these sex dolls. Because right now, all I'm getting is Disney bounding videos and old guys with their tongue out. And because that's just what I send to Ben. Like probably 15 times a day.
I don't get people complaining about Twitter either. They're like, oh, it keeps feeding me this right wing bullshit. I'm like, all I see is like sex dolls and Grandpa Factory
Yeah.
and Doom Trooper 69.
My Instagram is all animals. If you go to that page, I only follow Vince. That's the only guy like that I follow, and Kaha.
I follow some really crazy fuckers on Instagram. There was that one guy last month that on his story at like 2 a.m. I was just going through random stories, falling asleep, as one does. And I see this guy, he like scratched into the wall, he's gonna kill himself. He's just like one of those, he's the Warner Brothers tattoo guy.
Yeah.
And I had to dox him basically from his stupid ass username and find someone that knows him. And be like, yeah, I think this guy's about to blow his brains out. He's in the shed and he's here and he has a gun. and told his mom. But he's still alive, so he didn't
Pretty
blow his
good.
brains out that night. He's still posting about doing it all the time,
pranks
but
him.
hey, he hasn't done
Michael,
it.
you said still alive. Have you guys been following the fucking
Yeah.
Lord
You guys know
Miles
Portal?
shit?
You got to hear this song from Portal.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Have you been following the Lord Miles shit?
Yeah, he's still
recently?
alive.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's alive and
He's
well.
for sure still
so
alive,
like
bro.
anyone that
They have
doesn't
the air
notice,
conditioning on.
or-
He's listening to his favorite music.
So Lord Miles is like a danger tourist who like previously went to Afghanistan and like wrote a book about like the Taliban, or he just goes to like dangerous places and makes YouTube videos and stuff, and is like kind of right wing leaning, I believe. The thing like
yeah,
I
he's
really
like an edgy 4chan type of guy.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
Channy.
there was that tweet about how he feels more safe in like Afghanistan than Brooklyn that I remember a lot of people like dunking, but I also kind of think that was engagement bait. Like, anyways,
Yeah, he's trolling.
yeah, there's a lot of trolling that goes on. But he went back to Afghanistan a second time and was imprisoned by the Taliban, right? And along with two other people, and there was like not a lot of people were hearing from him. But then recently, or not his Instagram account, his Twitter account started posting a lot, supposedly from one of his like friends or group of friends. And the story on the account is like he's like a really smart guy, and he was an accountant and a scientist before he started doing YouTube, and so of course he had contingencies and for things like this, and like we're going to send him a 1 terabyte hard drive. What media should we put on it? And then I'd say 80% of the comments are people saying you're this Taliban posting this, like you're not tricking us. Yesterday his Patreon got shut down for like supporting a terrorist organization.
Probably because they tried to withdraw the fucking main account to like the Bank of
where's the
Afghanistan.
money go?
They're
Who's
probably
withdrawing?
trying to withdraw it right literally into the fucking Bank of Afghanistan in Kabul.
Yeah, but it is so funny that they get on his Twitter and say, you are stealing money from a guy in prison by unsubscribing from that. Come on, you guys. And they're clearly just taking the money. I do wonder what happened to him, though. I feel like the most likely thing is he had some sort of accident. Like he just fell off a building or something, and they don't want to deal with the paperwork.
I'm
and
sure
now
he
it's
had
been
some
too
sort
long.
of accident. I'm guessing.
Like I feel like they wouldn't murder
No,
him
I'm
because
guessing
he's
he
not
just-
a big enough
I'm
guy.
guessing he
that
did
they
something
would
just
need
really
to.
annoying. Or maybe something that didn't really know what was up is like, oh, this guy's got to go.
Maybe he was taking a picture with a gun, like they have people take pictures with guns on the buildings and stuff, and he had it backwards.
What really interested me, like I fell into a hole looking like through all this shit and like the replies and going down threads and shit, is that so apparently he's unfollowed like a bunch of people he knew from real life, which they claim happened before he was in custody in Afghanistan, but he only really follows like influencers and stuff, and like a ton of YouTubers and stuff. Like I just went to his page and there's like Justin Wang and like there
My
is
favorite Mario Kart streamer.
Fortnite former Fortnite streamer, like your fellow Arab. He was one of them, and other people I
That
didn't know saying
motherfucker,
like
man. No comment.
I can't tell you like why or how or we know this, but we have proof that he's alive and well, and we just can't share it. So I don't know like what they're sending the influencers, if he is in fact like deceased or whatever, or maybe it's the truth and it's just like really
No,
fucking bizarre.
First of all,
Why would they not be able to
do
show
not
it?
listen
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Dude, your fellow Arab is like the new bald and bankrupt. Like that kid's just been going all over the world doing sex tourism.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean,
nasty.
there's like,
Mhm.
there's I don't know.
But I just don't believe a word he says. He's so
Yeah,
like
there's like a dozen YouTube accounts. Yeah.
all those
um,
guys.
But the funniest shit from it that I saw, because the Lord Miles account is always saying that, like, okay, I can't tell you, and like, this is getting annoying. Maybe I'll just quit. And there'll be groypers in the replies. Will say, "Quit tweeting like you're a woman."
Yeah, he's
All
getting too
upset.
emotional because like when people say, why can't you just take a picture? Like you guys all have phones, you have computers, it is a semi-modernized country, they have the internet. Why can't they just take a picture of the guy?
I'm telling you right now, you can go to Google Maps and go to Afghanistan. You'll only see photospheres if you turn on the coverage, and they have some of the cleanest looking photospheres you'll ever see. They have nice phones there. They're taking good pictures.
But their only response is like cheating guy, abuser shit, manipulating stuff. Like, why do you not trust me? You must hate me to not trust me, to even think I was lying. Like, why do I even have to prove stuff to you?
It's like-
every time you say this.
It's like you need Neve from Catfish to read it. This sounds like one of those messages. If you love me, you'd stop asking me to send you a picture. I'll do it when I'm ready. Man, I had a friend like that. This is back when it was like plausible for that to still happen, like 07, 08, where just the camera on every phone they own is broken all of a sudden. Like every time right when they get their phone, damn it, I dropped my new phone, the camera broke already. No pics. So cool. And they find out literally 3 years later that the person was fake.
The other really funny Lord Miles shit is that they were tweeting like, if you want pictures and you want proof that he's alive, like DM high-ranking Taliban accounts and ask for them to like arrange a photo shoot or send pics or allow us to release the pictures that we have. Which
yes, officer.
Yeah,
I will DM them now.
I used to be mutuals with the Taliban social media guy before they took over. And then he unfollowed me once they took over. Like, it's really annoying. He gets clout and fucking forgets who got him there.
Fake friends, man.
Yeah, they changed a lot.
Sucks.
I think he's just one of those guys.
I think it was
that
all
would
those
follow everyone
sneakers.
back. Yep.
They became sneakerheads. They lost the sight of the jihad.
All those Nazi shoes. Oh, those Ukrainian. Just kidding.
That was actually something on his timeline as well, as he had a bunch of the shoes that he got signed or is getting signed, and when he comes back to England, you're gonna be able to buy the shoes off his website. But like,
I'm actually selling track pants from the Azov battalion.
That would be the smartest thing Lord Miles ever did, because it's the only thing that would actually work. People would buy those.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that he is fucking living, because I want to see like if all this is true, I want to see what the fucking experience was like. You know?
Yeah, it would be an amazing story.
I guess I don't wish that anyone gets fucking murdered by the Taliban either.
I
the other reason.
just don't believe a word that he or anybody in those replies says about anything.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love to know what's actually happening, but the Taliban is the most responsible party here, and they don't really have a duty to inform us of anything. Because what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to invade you again to find this guy?
We're going to go over there.
I think the guy's British, too, so it'd be the UK invading.
Maybe they killed him Daniel Pearl style, and they were like, oh, yeah, we're not taking a video this time, because like we said, no camera. It's broken.
There is... The one last funny thing I want to say about this is, as recently as like September 30th, I think they're like, we'll never ask for money. And then the Patreon got shut down, and they're like, here's like a Bitcoin account or whatever. What is it?
He's sponsored by
USDT.
PayPal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cash App's probably sponsoring it.
There's
the first 100. Let's get it kicking.
There's a
Stake.com is saying they'll donate 10% of every gambling winning.
No, there's a burner PayPal account that they're asking you, which is like a Proton Mail account, and then there was
Grant Morrison.
An altcoin USDT, I believe, because people are complaining that it wasn't Bitcoin or Ethereum that made it shadier. And this is like, donate crypto to this account if you got your Patreon refunded, because they're just taking money away from Miles. So you have to send this untraceable crypto to this address instead. Immediately after saying, hey, we're never going to ask you for money. And the defense is, well, we're not asking you for money. We're just asking you for the money you already spent to be given back to us, because you're going to get a Patreon refund. Do
not send Bitcoin to the Taliban.
Yeah,
or
I wouldn't
PayPal.
do that. And if you did get refunded on Patreon, patreon.com/ChapoFYM. $3 gets you a bonus podcast. $5 gets you bonus videos.
10 gets you
8 episodes a month. Way more content than that guy that the Taliban captured.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now.
Banking it.
Yeah, now. Like, he was probably doing a lot of content. It's just that we didn't get captured by the Taliban.
Yeah, I don't know. Brace Belden, he came back and did a bunch of podcasts.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll happen again.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, I would.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
If you asked me back when he went over to Kurdistan to fight ISIS, if he was going to come back, I would say probably not. But he did.
Mm-hmm.
Come back and play Among Us
it.
with you, Alex.
I was surprised.
I don't think I was there for that.
That was one of the toughest.
I don't think I was there that day.
That was one of the toughest battles of Brace's life. Was that Among Us night? That lobby. He's like, yeah, he's like, I fought in Kurdistan, but this shit was rough.
I've never fought people like you.
And then him and Hassan got into it about who really has rights to Kurdistan, and no, I'm just kidding.
They really should just release it. Does Turkey really want that? Do they really want that?
Yeah, because they're greedy, man, like America.
Chat,
like
what
the
are
part
your
in
thoughts
Iraq, that's a better part.
about Kurdistan?
I was thinking about something else. Sorry.
It's like 3 different
Yeah, what were you
countries.
thinking about?
It's part of.
I it's been in my head all day, but you guys, you know that charming rom-com from the 80s starring Tom Cruise called Cocktail? You seen that? Yeah.
No, I haven't,
pleasant film.
Great movie.
I bought it as a joke when I was at a thrift store pawn shop, and then we were on vacation, me and my sister and a couple of our friends, and then we watched it and we're like, oh, that was a pleasant little comedy or a little movie there. But anyways, if you haven't seen, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
But if you haven't seen it, it's a cheesy movie from the 80s, and it's like Tom Cruise and his like British friend who's also like a swaggy, handsome guy. They're like the top shit like bartenders, you know, and they have the coolest bar, and they're doing all these cool tricks, and all the people are like clapping as they're pouring drinks into their face and shit like that. And I thought it'd be cool to have something like that in the dispensary, and like, you know, being like, oh, and just like tossing you have to make noises like that too. But you like toss the little buds into like the jar, the other guy's holding the jar over your head and shit like that. You do all these cool tricks with weed. You know, maybe you like flick a little joint up in the air, and I don't know.
What would you call it?
In their mouth. I don't know yet. It'd be a designated night, because you can't be doing it all the time.
You could call it cool tricks with weed night.
Bong tail.
Well, if the weed falls on the floor, you get to take it home, right?
I'm glad you said that, Alex, because that's what a lot of people are probably thinking. You know, what is going to happen? You're not going to be batting 100 or 1,000 on all those. You're going to drop some.
You'll be batting zero, so you can take it all home.
So you know how when somebody comes into your house to deliver furniture or clean the carpet, they put those little booties on their feet?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you put down a clean sheet in the area where this performance is taking place, and then the trickster or the guys or whatever are doing the tricks. I still haven't came up with the name for them yet.
Trickster.
The Tricksters is actually really good.
Yeah, the Trickster is funny.
Yeah. But they wear those little booties.
It's called Tricksology.
There's no dirt there. And then after the show's over, you just mix it up and sell it cheap to people after the show.
And the floor weed.
Yeah, the floor. But
is there a guy
it's
standing
clean.
where the sheet is?
Huh? Yeah, but they well, first off, they're gonna be, you gotta be careful that you don't step on it when it does fall. So you gotta, you know, make sure you space out your tricks enough. So kind of like in tennis, you have a guy who like scurries up and picks up the nugs and puts it in the thing.
Yeah, you can get kids to do that.
Yeah, the kids who retrieve the golf balls.
But you sell it to the attendees or those there. I mean, it might have to be like a
it'd be even
scheduled
better
show.
for views. You could get capuchin monkeys to do that, and they run back and they have their hands behind their back holding the little nugs. Perfect size.
We might run into some sanitation issues with that one.
Yeah, well, if the monkeys have booties too, though.
I wonder if you could get monkeys addicted to weed.
It would be cute, but you can't guarantee that they're gonna poop. Because the whole point of the tarp and the booties over the guys is so that it's completely clean. Like, everybody knows that, okay, like, even before the show starts, the like guy like performatively opens it out of a bag. Everybody sees it's clean. And then the show's like the guy's putting on the clean booties. So there's no doubt about it that there's no dirt on the ground where they're going to be standing, and they don't have shit on their shoes. So the weed that does fall on the ground is going to fall in a clean surface, and then the little tennis boy comes over, picks it up, puts it in a little jar, and at the end of the night, you sell it. It will be discounted because it is technically floor weed, but it is
guys coming to me like,
weed.
I want that little boy weed, and you're like, I need to see.
I was wondering if there are any videos of monkeys independently finding like dropped elf bars or something and figuring out how to use them, but I couldn't find anything. There's one. I found one video of a guy giving a vape to a monkey, but what's interesting is that on the Google results, one of the results is the Monkey's Smoke Shop in Vandalia, Ohio. And that is the smoke shop that Vince goes to get the Moombas.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And my location is not set to Ohio, it's set to Massachusetts.
Wow.
So in that video
Good
of
Jinx.
the guy giving the monkey the elf bar, Alex, what did you do with it?
I elfed it.
Let's go.
Oh,
wait a minute, this is a fake video.
Now.
Or I guess there is.
Come on now. Oh no.
Believe anything these days, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's true.
Hey,
check out Al.
Yeah, I got
all those
Al.
people posting.
Oh, he like holds it up to the monkey, but he doesn't.
Owl, and they got owl videos. They got owl images.
Fuck.
But apparently there have been a lot of studies with monkeys and nicotine addiction.
And then
Bro, people are getting so tricked by AI shit this week too, and it's so annoying. I'm like, no text is readable in this picture.
Yeah, you can't trust cartoons anymore. You see Peter Griffin in something, you don't know if that's from Family Guy or if it's from Bing.
Well, I remember when Donald Trump got arrested.
Did you see the post that was like
pictures months ago?
Did you see the post that was like, I love how Microsoft decided to launch the most easily accessible AI art tool yet with zero foresight into what people will be doing with it. And it's the guy's own picture made of SpongeBob flying, like in the cockpit, flying towards the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
I was like,
Who
okay.
cares?
I was like, first of all, try doing anything with like Elon Musk. It doesn't let you. It's really
Try
hard
doing something
to.
funny. Like that, it's not that stuff has no power because it's so plentiful and it's not funny and it's not edgy to anyone.
I was
anymore.
ranting about this
like
week.
like Bill Gates is like, fuck, god damn it, because someone figured out how to make SpongeBob going into the Twin Towers. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Also, like SpongeBob going to Twin Towers, you could find on weird Twitter years ago before Al.
Yeah, you could find that on Deviant.
Yeah,
I'm
people
sure.
just used to draw it.
Yeah.
And
People
they
still
didn't
draw
like. They weren't like, oh, we got to take this off the internet. We got to get rid of DeviantArt because someone made a 9/11 parody picture.
Like, I've had a lot of fun with the Bing image creator. Last night I was making pictures of Yoda having won the NBA championship drunk at the press conference.
It's
And
definitely better than it was.
It tickles me pink. It's fun, but like,
yeah, but you're
to
not
think that
making
it's
threads of 80
transcendent-
images of them.
Yeah, like to think of that as transcendent or like something that's like really
it's threatening
cool.
the system. We're breaking out of the matrix by doing
No,
9/11
it's
jokes
fun to make
23 years
stupid
late.
shit when you're stoned. Like,
Yeah, it's a diversion.
Keeping the discords though too, you know, like doesn't
Or
need to be
don't.
all over the timeline. Yeah, or don't. But that's the people that think they need to keep replying to their chain of pictures that are like very similar. Oh my good lord. Donald Trump
Yeah.
exasperated times 30. Wow.
Yeah, you just got to understand that there's so many of them and they're so easy to make. It's like memegenerator.net. Like, you can't just go to memegenerator.net all day and just post everything you make on there.
I think you can, because
You
that's
c-
pretty
you
fucking
could.
funny.
I guess
That's
it's like
pretty
anything
cool.
else.
Actually,
Pretty
now
funny.
I think
I guess
about
like
it.
anything else, when you put this sort of tool in everyone's hands, that 1 in 15 will be funny, and that's fine. And people,
Yeah,
will, get,
yeah,
people
but
will
it's
get bored with it.
Same
like
thing
always.
as writing. Most people who know how to
Yeah.
read and write aren't funny.
It's just funny how this is the best iteration of like an easy to access AI tool, like clearly because it's been used so much now.
mhm.
But people still just can't get over like a cartoon character doing this. I'm like, okay, woo!
SpongeBob smoking weed.
And then everyone
And it's
who
something
thinks,
that's on. You go outside and it's on an airbrush T-shirt. down
everyone
the
who
street.
thinks they're the first person to think of Islamic State University. I've seen like 17 different people being like, wow, can't believe the school's playing this weekend. And I'm like, yep, same.
I guess it's just also, though, it's like Twitter and the idea that, like, I got to make my joke about this, even though it's the same joke. Like, anytime, like, a blue check tweets something stupid, and then everybody, like, jumps on it to quote tweet it, and it's, like, it's just the same post that, like,
Yeah.
you can find
It's all
anywhere
engagement
else.
bait now. The whole feed is engagement bait, and you gotta keep reminding yourself, like blue check saying that like women should never talk to men. That's stupid. Like you like what? This person? What the hell? Why would you
They're
think
trying
that?
to get $25.
We're back to screenshotting now. Fuck those people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have to do it.
Take the likes yourself. Screenshot it.
Mm-hmm. Steal them. It's okay now.
Mhm.
You get paid. Now you pay $8 a month,
moral.
and hopefully you can get $50 by going viral 100 times.
It's such a smart business idea.
It's a genius
I
plan.
love the one-
$8. Only $8
I love the
to
new
make
change
money.
that took away the headlines from the articles and it shows the image, so people are just making their own fake ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the point of that? He is really
I
fucked
don't
up on
know,
ketamine
man.
and something
He's
else.
so fucking stupid.
Why?
It's so
like, why would you
cool.
have that idea? Jesus Christ!
I hope
What
he,
does that do?
I hope he sells it or finds a buyer.
The only thing I could think of is that it uses like, I don't know, like less like bandwidth or like
Yeah, he's
storage
just
or
trying to
something.
save
like
money
it's
by-
cheaper. Yeah, I don't know, by like just not. I don't know. Honestly,
He just
you're
had a
right.
stupid idea. Like, we should have it more streamlined.
Yeah,
It should
it
be
looks cooler on
streamlined.
X.com. Shouldn't have a title.
I heard that a big problem on Twitter is that people are only reading the headlines. So I guess if I take them away, they're forced to read the article. That's exactly
They
what
have
he
to
said.
only read the picture.
That's exactly his thought process right there. This will force them to learn and read things like I do.
It's
I
so
read Moby
cool
Dick.
that it's the hell site. Remember?
Yep.
Remember that
Like
meme?
I said though, if I'm complaining about something on Twitter, I'm ultimately the biggest loser because I'm the one that.
Mhm.
If I'm complaining, it's on Twitter so much. Yeah, well, so
Yeah,
am
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
can,
I was.
You can close the tab.
It's like I can't believe the stuff I'm seeing on this website.
I tweeted about it earlier, but I deleted it later because I'm like, I really don't care. It's fine.
Well, you know what? We can all just go to Blue Sky. We can live like it's 2016 again.
Blue-esky.
Yep. Follow Stoned Raider 04. Let's see what's on Bisky.
Follow me on Blue Sky. I'm not Mock Tech.
There's nothing on Bisky.
Yeah, it seems like it's the average age is too high.
I'm not Mock Tech on there. Not really.
Not
enjoying it. That'd be a true username for me.
I am. It is always funny when you see people come back or like on Twitter and being like, this might be my last post on here. Go follow me on these socials. And then like 4 hours later, it's like they have like 3 more tweets, and you're just like, all right, man. Like, how many times do you think like you can cry wolf about leaving Twitter and yet you're still here?
Yeah, unless you have 100,000 followers, no one cares. No one cares what website
Even
you're
when
posting on.
The ones that do, it's like, who fucking cares? It's just a website. It's not a big deal.
Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of when we were at a birthday party once when I was like a teen, and it was with all my friends, and there was a big fight between a few kids, just like verbal and getting ready to be violent. So one of them just was sort of like, it was over a girl, I think, too. One of them was all emotional and left or got picked up by his mom. And then rode his bike back to the party like an hour later and showed up still like just like with his arms crossed and stuff. And I'm like, no one wants you here, man. Why did you come back? Like, so annoying. Like, oh, I left too early to get my attention. I'm back for more. Crazy. Riding your bike like fucking 5 miles all mad. I'm going
No
back.
one's at my home to give me enough attention.
Damn it. I'm home for the party and the sun's still up. I'm going back. I need my attention. Pretty cool.
Who all missed me?
Yeah. Guess what? I'm back and I'm still pissed. Okay, man. You're gone for 45 minutes.
Let's drop everything we're doing and console you.
Oh God. I think about that from time to time. How do you not cool down at that point?
Mm-hmm. You have what, a half an hour bike ride, and you like can't think for a second. To, like,
yeah, how does that not get the aggression out?
The funniest part is how far he lived. He must have jumped out of the car when they got home and immediately jumped on his bike and started pedaling back. I think he told his mom, like, "Can we turn around?" She's like, "No, hell no. I just picked you up."
Coming back to the party and just breathing all heavy because you pedaled as hard as you could.
Yeah, he's all sweaty. Hey, you missed it. We all played Spin the Bottle. We were making out, but they said you were too sweaty to join.
You're not allowed in my house. You're too sweaty.
All right, guys, I brought the printer.
Man,
I carried this printer 10 miles.
I had another group of friends a few years after that when we started drinking, and I remember one day we were watching the 2012 London Olympics, like the second night of it. And my friend was having a house party because his parents were out of town. And the first thing I heard from the kid that owned the house, he walks up, and I'll never forget this line, but he goes, "Sup, drunk as fuck," and puts his hand out to like shake my hand. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, that's your name?
Yeah. He would also walk up randomly and just tell you how many beers he had and which ones, which is like good to keep track of, I guess. But it's pretty funny when he gets up to like 11 or 12 and he's still like, yeah, and I had 2 Keystones, and then I had a pumpkin. It's like so...
Was he wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
Oh, man.
Honestly, maybe at one point.
Was he talking about Disney?
Derek.
He was
talking about Salem?
He was an interesting
guy. No, it's paging Mr. Morrow.
Oh, yeah.
I had 2 Keystone Lights, and then I had 2 Bud Lights, and then 1 Bud Heavy.
I always forget about that guy.
I can't stop drinking. I can't stop drinking these
I'll take
BRs.
a wife ale.
My wife hates when I come home with all these BRs.
Have you talked about Mr. Morrow on the pod? Do we offer some fucking background?
He's a Disney guy. He mostly goes to Disney. He's kind of like Derek, the guy who goes to Salem and the conventions.
He's a big YouTuber in 2 ways.
Yeah, he's a very large guy. He's very red, but he's kind of... I like him.
Yeah.
Like he's always happy. He has a good attitude. He's relatively polite. He's good at filming. He's good at like camera work and stuff.
He has 275K subs or something.
But he has a very funny way of pronouncing stuff, and he just has this. He talks like a 6-year-old.
He has the same case as Ed from Ed, and Eddie. And we could not find any Amish jawbreakers, but we did find some butterbeer.
I think someone
it is like a 6-year-old who's drunk all the time, going around Disney and being like, "Oh my god, this is so fun."
Oh yeah, and he shows you fat guy hacks to get on rides that they say you're too big for. You just
have to
push your pelvis up and
because I remember the one.
Back.
The one new ride they had, and like he had
The
like
Tron.
he got on the tester. Yeah, the Tron. He got on the tester and like wouldn't quite fit, and I was like,
He
oh,
had bruises on his calves after.
Yeah, because like he didn't actually fit, but he like squeezed himself in. But there, I believe it was in the Discord or somebody posted about it. There was like a Twitter account that just like actively like goes after all those Disney people. It's like him, like a bunch of like different
Twitter,
women.
or was it the that forum?
I don't remember. I saw a picture.
Because
Was
there
it
is
a
a
forum?
I mean,
There's a
I'm sure
forum.
the people on the forum
what
have
is it
Twitter
called?
accounts. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But I was looking through our Discord.
It's called like tickle.com or some shit. But
Okay.
they have, it's like, I think a bunch of middle-aged women who are very catty and they post
Yeah.
about Disney people. They hate them.
They hate their guts. They want them
but
dead.
it's not because they hate Disney and just think Disney should be bombed. It's because they're not doing it right, or they're like jealous that they get to go there so much. They're like, I would do such a better job if I got to go to the Tron ride every day.
Some of the posts were like, you know, they think that they get to rule Disney and they get whatever they want, and I hate them. They're always bitching about when they
It's
don't
jealousy
get stuff.
because they would do that.
Like they think they get like free access to the park and like free behind the scenes shit, and it's like no, they're buying the ticket.
They're just paying a lot of money for it.
Instead, yeah, they have Disney credit cards. That's what they're for.
And they don't show them swiping their credit card every
Yeah.
time. Like they don't show their credit card number in the machine.
Yeah, only Brian Hall does that.
There's a rumor that he might be the next Mario.
Really?
I'm not
Is that
even
like
joking.
a legitimate like rumor?
It was posted on
Or are you
Reddit.
capping?
It is a rumor. I haven't seen it on like a news
That
site,
would be
but
so
it would be.
It's not. It
fucking
hasn't been
awesome.
in the trades.
Honestly, that's so great for me. That's
It would
so
be
great
so
for me.
awesome. Imagine if he was the new Mario.
I mean, when who was it? Like Bugs Bunny got a voice in like some of the Looney Tunes characters, and it wasn't him. I think he was like posting shoes on the ledge, just ready to end it. I've spent all of my life.
He's
He's
posting,
wearing the Bug Bunny shoes.
Brian's posting news.
And then when he did, he got Hotel Transylvania 4, and then it was only on Prime because of COVID. And like,
Yeah, that was a really bad time to
and then-
have your
oh,
first
but they
movie.
also had the trailer, and I talked about this before. They had the trailer, so anybody doesn't know, the first 3 Hotel Transylvania movies, cartoons, Dracula's voiced by Adam Sandler, and then they did like a mini short film, and it was Dracula was voiced by Ryan Hall, who's a YouTuber, and then they had Hotel Transylvania 4. Everybody else, Andy Samberg's in it, all these other sort of famous people are in it, and Adam Sandler didn't return, and they had Brian Hull as like the lead of Dracula. You go through the whole trailer, the 2-minute trailer, and Dracula does not speak once. It's just like, it's like he's not even featured in it. They just don't care.
Oh man,
That's so
Anyone
cool.
can do a Dracula voice too. Like that's not a hard voice to do.
Well,
So that can't really be your specialty.
it was Adam Sandler doing a Dracula voice. And like
yeah,
because
because he's funny. He has a funny way of doing stuff.
So that's what Brian Hall has sort of like, that's what he took. And they were like, yeah, we can do this. Like, I think the short was like Dracula walks his dog, and it's like, you know, just a beast that's like causing problems. He's
Poor
talked
guy.
about it. I know.
Well, I hope
but
if he gets Mario though, he can rub it in all their
Probably Pitbull.
faces.
I'm on his IMDb, and he has a credit from this year called "What Do Nintendo Characters Do When You Turn Off Your Switch?"
Mhm.
And he's the only credited person in this short. Like, is it just a YouTube video?
I can tell you.
Probably.
Yes, it is. I watched it on stream. One
That
of the
would make
last
sense.
streams before I left. And it's so it's a set it up is you turn off your Switch, and then they're in the Switch, and it's like a break room, and then he plays all the characters, and like he just wears like a different hat for each character, and then he's like, I'm a Mario, and then he's like, I'm Link, and I'm not supposed to talk. Oh, I'm Kirby. I like to suck. You know.
So it's Toy Story.
I'm
Kind
not going
of.
to believe anything about these rumors until Van Buren weighs in with all 280
Uh-oh.
pounds of him.
So it seems like Brian Hall's just like trying to brute force his way into being Mario, because then he has like an upcoming feature credit on his IMDb, which is like all of the Nintendo characters in the world.
mean,
or some
if you're
shit.
that guy, like if you're
You
that guy
need
with
it.
that voice, and then the other guy just got fired, Van Buren
yeah,
style.
it's your one shot.
Yeah, he got executed by Nintendo.
This is your shot.
This is your only chance, because the next person's going to do it until they get executed by Nintendo. So like
Yeah,
you need to make this stick.
He has the best chance.
Hey, did Kumia die?
I think there's still no updates from him.
Good.
Huh.
Anthony Cumia.
Dead, alive?
6
can
days
say?
ago.
I love his ugly ass Wikipedia picture. So nasty.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's still 6 days ago. I'm in the hospital. All right, buddy.
Taliban got him.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh,
no, we gotta send him money.
Oh no.
Is there a crypto?
Not
link
another
we can
one.
click- that we can
Kumia's
click
gonna be one
on?
of those guys where you're not gonna hear about that he's dead right away, because anybody that does have access to that information is gonna want to figure out how to get as much of his money to them as possible before they tell anybody else. Like, it's crazy but true.
Yeah, Chrissy Mayer is like digging through his house.
Yeah, he has nobody in his life to be like,
Well, if she
we
needs
need
someone
to
to
do
dig,
this.
Chrissy, if you
We
need
need to do
someone
this
to
the
dig
right
for
way.
you.
I'll dig you a hole.
If Kumia was dead, around his like friends that are still around him, they would check his pulse and immediately start fucking unlatching his watch and fucking unlacing
Going
his
through
shoes
his
and
wallet.
shit. Yeah.
I would start sucking his cock.
Well, actually, it would be hard because of
Artie
Yeah,
Lang's,
rigor mortis.
Artie Lang's there for some reason is going through his wallet. I just thought I'd take $20 or $40. I don't know. He said to.
He said I could have it.
He said I could have it. I don't know. Fuck
That's the foolproof plan. Is they said I could have it. When you rob a dead person,
Yeah.
you just gotta be like, hey,
His last words were, "You can have my
you can
shit."
have everything. Take it home.
God,
It's
that reminds me
yours.
of the Better Call Saul Slip and Jimmy prank, where his fat friend acts like he's dead in the alleyway and gets robbed, but then he really
Yeah.
does die doing it. That was great.
That's a great scene.
That's Todd from Last Man on Earth. Great character.
That is a
guy.
great character. Great. That's a great show.
Man, if you've never watched that show,
You
I've
missed
I've
out.
only
go.
seen the first ep, and I liked it, and then I
it's
just
really
never
good.
continued on for some reason.
It gets
Oh
so
my
much
God.
Better Call
weirder.
Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show. I think it's
Oh,
way
no.
better than Breaking Bad.
no, we're
Last
talking
Man
about
on
Last Man on
Earth.
Earth. We're talking about
Oh,
Last Man on Earth.
Oh.
Will Forte.
Okay, that one I haven't seen. Bet Chet
show,
loves it.
that
You're a
show
Will
is
Forte head, right?
I've only seen the first episode, and I just didn't keep watching it. I don't
Oh, it's
remember
like
why.
Better Call Saul and me.
Well, the great thing about
I did that with Better Call Saul too.
the great thing about
Well, actually, 3 or 4 episodes, but
the great thing about Last Man on Earth is it starts, and I think it came out in 2015, maybe before.
Yes.
The premise is that a virus wipes out like 99.99% of the population in 2020, even though the show starts in 2015.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's like some great
whoa.
reset shit.
They must have had
Anyway.
some Simpsons writers on the.
Last Man on Earth, for as
bill.
much as people don't talk about it, it's one of those shows that you should watch before everyone discovers how great it is, and then they won't stop talking about it. Like, it needs to show up on everyone's front page of Netflix again, like Band of Brothers just did, so now everyone's talking about it.
It's a great show. Will Forte is just like he's
I know,
such
but
a
it needs
piece
to
of
come
shit.
back, that's what I mean.
We need another 9/11 to pair with Band of Brothers. We were talking about it last week about how Band of Brothers was such a great recruiting tool because it came out right before 9/11. We need another 9/11 now that there's a Band of Brothers revival.
Hey, be careful. Other streamers we know got in trouble for saying
Well,
something like that.
The fucking.
Well, not here. Not a 9/11 here.
I mean, I'm not saying it should happen to America, but it should happen somewhere.
No, he
The
said,
McRib's coming back, right? So that always happens when there's like a catastrophic world event,
is he
right?
coming
They
back?
said it was the last time. They said it was the last time, Jack.
Joshua
It is
Jerry
disgusting.
told me.
They bring it back too much now. It's like
Joshua
every
Jerry
other
told
year.
me, Kaj told me, Vlogs told me it was the last time. We all
Mhm.
got lied to.
Yo, on vlog.
On Vlog,
I
it's
heard that
true.
on vlog.
on Vlog.
You see
It's
that
nice
one,
to
Tom?
see he's still up. No, I
On
have
VS.
not.
Oh man, fucking vlog phase vlogs,
Mhm.
vlogs
Oh, yeah.
SM. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
I'm
at a
familiar.
game and he like dropped some shit. Then he was walking into this football game and he's like, "Oh my god, I got that on vlog."
He tripped
he's-
over the bleachers walking.
Right? Yeah, that's it.
And he does the same shit where he's screaming the whole time, and everyone around him's kind of like looking
Yeah,
at him.
man. Okay, Tom.
I got that on vlog.
It's a fucking
I got that on
Nebraska.
vlog.
It's a Nebraska game, and they're announcing they're announcing like the fucking 54 players on like the screen, and like half the bleachers aren't even filled yet.
no.
And every player is going, yeah, and everyone around him, they keep turning around and being like, who the fuck is already this fucked up? But the funniest thing is, he has had one beer.
No, he's just on a bunch of pills, probably.
Yeah.
His morning routine.
You think
That-
pills would mellow
Nebraska-
him out though?
He's
I
off a
don't,
vape.
I don't know.
I really don't even think he's on pills. I think
No,
he's just
I'm
on
joking.
that weed shit. Well, yeah, but I thought so too. at first I know like even like
at night he for sure when he's doing his streams and he's just got like the closed eyes and like he's just like kind of like
I don't
sitting
know.
there.
I don't
Definitely
know,
at points in his life.
But sometimes he just goes live on Apex at 5:40 a.m. So is he really just tired at night?
I don't think he always has access.
I think he's doing the fucking I'm 26 years old, I'm got a bedtime. He tries to stay up. Like I'm pulling an all-nighter, and by 10:30 he's like,
That sucks to think about doing as like, what is he, 26, 27?
yeah, I mean, like I'm pulling. Dude, Andrew and I always joke about that. Adults who brag about pulling all-nighters, like, yeah.
Yeah, coming to school, I stayed up all night.
Coming to work,
and then
I stayed up all night.
fall
You got
asleep.
fucking rings on your eyes. You're working like shit.
he's working like heavy equipment. He's got to do a forklift in like the back
I was
room
up
of
all
store.
night beating off.
I've had. I mean, we've all had one of those days. I'm sure where you're there to go to class or to work after being up almost literally all night or literally all night, and it's that feeling where you should eat, of course, but your stomach just feels uneasy all day, and you're extra cold.
Yeah. Oh, the cold is for sure.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
It's
It's
the
never
worst.
worth it.
It sucks.
Oh, God.
Because like you do that as a kid and like it sucked, but like when I did that as a kid, it was because like I had like a paper I had to write that I had like 3 weeks to do, and I decided to do it the night before I had class in high school. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm staying up until like 4 a.m. to write this shit.
Why didn't you use AI?
I remember.
Well, Al wasn't out yet. I would type
they
it
didn't
into
have Al?
I would type it into Google, but they didn't have Al.
One of the first.
So I just had to find it myself.
One of the first times I
sucks.
pulled a true all-nighter just playing video games all night was playing on an Xbox Fat with the internet connection at my friend's house, and then more people brought their Xbox Fats over, and we just played like Need for Speed and Halo, and we were up. I remember just the night blew by, and then all of a sudden the sun was up. I'm like, oh man, that was.
Did you have Surge?
I think we probably had everything. The kid's house we were at was one of those kids who had everything.
I don't think Surge was out with the original Xbox.
Yeah, no, Surge was like
that was 360 era.
Yeah.
When it came, but Surge was like early.
Surge had to be like at least 03 or 04. Or no, Surge was 98.
Like,
the first one's 90. Sorry, I was thinking of Vault. No, Surge was 97.
Surge was 97, 98.
Yeah,
and then
definitely. They used
and
to
then
play
it made
that
a
at the Vipers game.
comeback. It made a comeback like what?
2016.
10? Okay, yeah, almost 10 years
Burger
ago.
King exclusive
Yeah.
now. I had it again when it came back like 2015 or 2016. And I was like, shit's ass.
I wasn't allowed to have it when it first came out because like 97 I was like second grade, and I remember the bad large kid had it. and my mom was like, you're not allowed to fucking have that.
Yeah, look at him. Look at what it did to him. Scared you straight.
I was one of those kids too.
I want to drink it.
I would just fucking get sold by ads and completely placebo myself. So I'd take a sip of my dad's Surge and go running really fast. Ooh, I'm energized now. No, you're not.
It absorbs into your lip like dip.
Wow.
Cool commercials though. Remember the Surge commercials? They'd run over the couches and shit.
Yes.
Those
I do.
Surge.
That was intense because I just remember like wanting to. We weren't even really allowed to have like that much soda. We never had soda in the house, and like, but I just remember being like, "That looks so cool."
We were a big family. We were poor, so we had to settle for the equivalent of Stars and Stripes 3 liters, but it was the big K 3 liters because Kroger had 3 liters too.
And then we never had soda. It was kind of abusive.
In middle school, my mom would buy like 24 like the flats with like 24 cans of like the no-name Coca-Cola from No Frills. Which
with the plastic around it?
Yeah. And we were allowed to have one a day. And I was like, man, she might buy like 2 at a time. Like, they're never going to fucking notice if I get more. But I'm not going to drink more than one a day. I'm going to save some in my room just in case. So I had like a fucking chest of drawers. Yeah, just in case like I fucking had an emergency where I wanted like some sodas at night.
I need a warm soda stat.
Yeah, no,
Next soda
I had some
emergency.
like fucking
Break in case of need.
I had some like Halloween candy and stuff that I'd like fucking stashed away in there as well. And then one day my mom like went trying to put some like fucking clothes back away that she folded, and or some shit, and like opened up the drawer where I had like it was probably like fucking 13 to 15 no-name colas just sitting in there. Like,
bro, you're like when the kids got busted on heavyweights. They like pull the bed frames up and all the Slim Jims fall out.
Yeah, man.
It was like actually meme with the kid saying, the kid crying, and then it says, "Mom found the piss drawer."
My favorite
Mom
part
found the secret stash of Mountain Dew. Worst day ever.
I love on heavyweights when they're cutting the fucking drug, like the candy packs off the fat kid. He had it all taped to him like drugs, and they're cutting it off. It's so funny. It's so great. Great movie. Man, that movie though sucked to watch growing up because you're like, damn, look at all that candy. They're just throwing it away.
Yeah, you couldn't make that today.
That's right.
Because now everyone's that fat.
They just call it weights.
Yeah, it's just they would have to send everyone to that camp now.
Stupid observation. They couldn't make heavyweights these days because now everyone's that fat. Jay McAfee and Aaron Rodgers nodding. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I want to be on that podcast.
Dude,
Jay McAfee.
Jay McAfee. Alex would go on that podcast. Aaron Rodgers.
I think you would blend in real well.
Yeah, you just gotta wear a non-white colored
top.
wife beater, like a gray beater.
You gotta wear a tank top and stand up the entire time.
And yell.
I think I need an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
It says,
but I want it to be the Miami Dolphins.
It says unvaxxed on the back.
I'm gonna get an Aaron Rodgers Pfizer jersey.
I'm still thinking about that. Ordering the player, but with the wrong team, like a team that they've never played for. Oh, it's just like the player, but you like a different team.
Aaron Rodgers Pfizer jersey. Forget what I said about the Bing thing earlier. I'm going to make this. Just kidding.
Well, hey, if you want
Tom
a jersey,
Brady, 49ers.
If you want a jersey with the wrong team for the player, just order it from Fanatics.
Oh yeah,
the joke for you jersey heads. They always do that.
I ordered my Danny Heatley jersey.
I feel like the player name on the team he doesn't play on, I feel like that's actually relatively more common than you would think, I guess, because, like, I don't know if you like, I don't watch the draft, but I've seen clips, and it's all a bunch of drunk dudes like, draft this guy on my team, you know, like, I feel like there is maybe a small market for those freaks.
Yeah, no, certainly. Like
when I want someone to be traded really bad.
The Damian Lillard stuff, Miami was sure they were going to get him, and like a bunch of dumb Miami fans.
So many Heat fans spent
I'm getting
all week
Lillard
photoshopping that shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Those are all in Africa now.
I'm getting Tom a Deshaun jersey, a Browns jersey, but it's going to say Cosby on the back.
I want to get a
Cleveland Browns Bill Cosby jersey.
I want to get a Giannis Lakers jersey and just wear that.
Oh my god!
No, Bill Cosby would play for the Eagles, I think.
Tom, if you wore that around me, I'd be like, oh, I didn't know his brother got traded to LA. Not paying attention at all. Hey, by the way, great news for us. MB deciding to play for the U.S. instead of playing for
France or
Cameroon. Yeah. Well, he's also eligible for.
So, they're going to win now because they're actually going to have a center.
Yeah.
And then LeBron and Kevin Durant and Steph Curry want to play. So, like, all the best players are on the team again.
Now we don't have to lose to Serbia 54-51.
Another center.
Or Canada, like you did in the World Championship basketball.
That's because we had our real guys freaking playing here.
Because they didn't try hard enough.
Well, we had.
They didn't try. They didn't care.
Yeah,
we're living through a global pandemic. You expect teams to win?
They were in the bubble.
Shut the fuck up.
They were in the fucking
blaming
bubble.
your team losing on COVID. The other team, like, they didn't have it.
My team had COVID. Your
it was
team
a really
was
hard time. It was 2020. Of course, we didn't win the cup.
It was a strange time.
Global pandemic.
Nobody that won anything in 2020, it didn't count. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Mickey Mouse.
Good luck.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse cups.
Enjoy, but I don't care.
So Tampa Bay Lightning won the cup in the first bubble, and then they also won it in like the COVID shortened season. So I think that counts as like 1.5 cups.
Okay, let me apologize.
Is that because of Ron DeSantis? Because he let COVID rip? That's why Tampa was able to win?
I apologize personally to all 4 Lightnings fans. And they might be listening. No, I'm just kidding. They have a pretty strong fan base for being in Florida, to be honest.
Yeah,
Tampa's
built something good there. Yeah.
They've been a fucking great team for so long. Like it is good that they do.
Ever since they stole a cup from Calgary.
Tampa's a rather dog shit town, but they're actually cool because they have a lot of decent teams. Like I don't know, it's entertaining. And you know what else about Tampa?
They have a lot of cool shit around them outside
of
Tampa.
All of Tampa's uniforms, all their sports teams have been some of my favorites every time. Yeah, I even like the Rays one with the ugly ass, like the first Rays uniform.
They need to go back to the Devil Rays.
So good, yeah.
That was so sick.
There's a lot of construction there. It's a burgeoning city. I think it's going to get washed away, but
eventually.
When I was down there last, it seemed like every building was under construction. It was just all high rises and stuff.
I watched this YouTuber that drives around there just showing how disgusting it's gotten. His name's Bubba the Love Sponge.
That's right. And then across the water, you have Clearwater, which is the Scientology town.
Across the
It's out
Clearwater.
on the pier.
Mm-hmm. St. Pete's right there.
Buying
St.
up
Pete's
everything
really
in
nice.
that town.
Oh, good. Let's move there.
Yeah, we should become scientists.
Okay. That sounds great to me.
Why are they mad that scientists are moving?
What do you guys fucking hate scientists?
Anti-intellectualism gone wild.
It's sad. It's sad what's happening in this country.
This is what DeSantis did.
Doing the X with your finger. Stay away from me with that jab. To every scientist. Ooh.
Don't clone me.
I'm a pureblood. No, not like that. You turned to a bunch of people looking at you. No, not like that.
A good way.
Don't come for my unvaxxed sperm.
No, unracist way. don't come for my unvaxxed sperm. This guy looks like Mike Parallax saying that.
Yeah, sperm jackers are everywhere.
No one wants you, man. Nasty ass.
Yeah, like guys who would instantly get rejected at the sperm bank.
Bro, they wouldn't.
So what's your job? What do you mean?
Just get rejected. Mike Parallax would walk into the sperm bank and they would hit the under the counter button like there's a bank robbery.
Yeah,
He
track
fucking
door
comes on the
goes
way.
through.
They would assume that he's there to steal the cum.
Yeah, they would put ink in the cum bag so it blows up in his face when he opens it up.
Passing the teller a note. Hand me all the jizz.
Fill me up.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat it.
Oh man.
No.
A man and his father were caught on the Ring camera of a sperm bank. Fuck.
They broke up a sperm ring.
Well, everyone, thanks for checking out the pod.
Check out sperm.
Check out Mike Parallax and his dad. Check out sperm banks in general.
Sperms.
Check out the NBA. Check
Check
out
out my
the NFL.
sperms freak.
Check out
the World Basketball Classic.
the mixology thing Chet's gonna do.
Trixology.
That rolls out.
Trixology?
Yeah. Trixology.
With the
Check
Tricksters.
out Dick Butkus.
Yeah. Now, it's a work in progress. I got to figure out what tricks
Remember,
they're going to do
you don't have to
exactly.
go to Trixology school. It's a scam. Learn everything with
You
experience.
just learn it on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it
No,
on
I'm
YouTube.
I'm going to
10
come
min-
up with the school.
10 minutes a
and then
day
I'm
on
gonna make money
YouTube.
off
You
of
can
it.
learn
right.
You
more
should be
than
the
you
John
can.
Taffer of
Yeah, like-
dispensaries.
Bartending
Bud
school is a
Rescue.
waste of time. Just watch it on YouTube. Make a perfect drink. We watch
Yeah,
that-
Bud
watch that
Rescue.
guy
You should
that
go to
fucks up all the
dispensaries.
drinks.
Sell them like a $20,000 machine that dispenses nugs. It just spins around and puts it out when you press a button. And
A machine that
if
smokes
anything
weed
breaks,
for you.
yeah, it smokes it for you. And if anything breaks, you have to buy an entirely new one.
That's a really good idea. Do you guys know those, real quick before we stop, you guys know that game at like a Chuck E. Cheese or Dave & Buster's of the light that spins around? You gotta hit the button.
Of
make it,
course I
like,
do.
Yeah.
what's it called? There's like a few different names for it. I think
Stop the light. There's
so many, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I think
they
it's
all
even
have a
called
different
like
name.
Hurricane here or something. But have one of those, but in the middle is a big fat one of those big fat nasty Instagram joints that's like wrapped in like the fucking syrups and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
then on the
Those
outer
smokable.
sides, the little ones, there's blunts. Then on the further outer ones, there's little joints. But then on the rest, there's nothing. There was
Yeah,
a-
what if you had a
It's
claw
all stoners,
machine?
But they're stoners. Their reaction time's all bad. They keep going too slow.
You should have a claw machine in there that can grab a big nug of weed and drop it to you.
Wait, you know what's even funnier? You have these stoners standing there thinking they're using a joystick for a claw machine, but it's clearly just a guy's arm reaching in. Yeah, man, you win, dude. Whoa.
It's an amputee with an actual claw.
It's just clearly Chet's arm in like a fucking like silver glove. Oh, you got the little one. Better luck next time, brother. Scamming him. Oh,
Great
well,
ideas. Do not
check
steal
out-
these ideas.
Don't steal these.
Copyright
please.
Chapo
Don't
FYM
fucking do
WFYM
it.
Talk Radio.
You will be sued.
Proprietary.
Thank you.
I
Bye-bye.
love you. Bye bye.
God bless you.